What is healing? What is a healer? This is something I've been thinking about a lot and wanting to help others with. Jesus of Nazareth, the most famous healer, I'd say, his impulse was from his compassion for the suffering. The compassion and the love energy was so great that he poured himself out completely for the sake of others. 1 Peter 2:24, by his wounds you were healed, points to that. Limitless service to others, compassion, just nothing left. Even famous healers that we know, though, known have died. Jesus, the ultimate healer, he died, right? The physical body died at least once. Lazarus, everybody knows Lazarus. Lazarus, the one that Jesus rose from the dead, well, he died. Jesus, not really known for, in Buddha, I'm sorry, he grew old, he died. So being healed does not mean not dying, obviously, because all those people died. So what does healing mean? Can we have a fatal disease and still be healed? That's an interesting question. If you live a full life full of love and adventure, and purpose, and service, and you die, and then the doctors later find in an autopsy that you had cancer, did you die prematurely? Did you require healing? Well, maybe healing has nothing to do with the state of your body. Maybe. Or maybe it's just a part of it, not all of it. Maybe healing has to do with the state of the mind and its effect on our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And maybe those integrate in ways that we never thought were even possible, or we didn't know that integration even existed. So healing has to do with an integration, allowing unimpeded flow of energy between all of our bodies and parts, even the parts we don't know are there. When the flow is blocked, we feel separated, and it creates dis-ease. When we are unified, our natural state is ease and peace, happiness. Can healing include removing painful symptoms from my body? That's a good question. Yes, but it's important to realize that the physical body is the last stop on the train away from source, if that were possible. From our perspective, the last stop. The other parts of yourself are energetic, all the other energetic bodies, they are the blueprint for the physical body. And the closest being the astral or emotional body, which is your feelings. So your feelings, those are wonderful tools to align, wonderful tools to know what's going on and to see how we are reacting or using the catalyst that comes over and over again. So much dis-ease, right? Dis-ease, like as in feelings that are painful. Maybe all dis-ease comes from resisting feelings instead of accepting them. It's that resistance of this thing that pops up. Here's some notes that I wrote on from the spiritual writings called Law of One in session 46, and it talks about this. Disease is from unprocessed, unorganized energy left in the mind-body-spirit complex in disarray. The primary reason of third density, which is us here on Earth, is the high amount of catalyst to quickly further polarizing to positive or negative. And what that means is a catalyst happens, someone cuts you off in traffic, and it creates frustration or something that comes up, and I have an opportunity to deal with that. It's not inherently negative. It means nothing really until I put a meaning on it. So what's the story that you're going to put on that? What are you going to use that catalyst, that energy that comes up within you? What are you going to use that for? The catalyst or the event gives the opportunity for emotional reactions. What we do with those impulses from the catalyst is our work in our third density here as a human. That is the work. That's the whole purpose for your existence. Will you polarize towards service to others, or will you polarize towards service to self? I'm not going to get into the service to self option. It's a very hard option. But the service to others option has to do with love. Jesus was the prime example of what it would be to be full service to others in the love density. Well, that's what it looked like. Acceptance is the key to the positively polarized use of catalysts. So if you are not service to self, which is very hard, but if you're into the service to others opportunity that we have here, acceptance is the key. And we don't accept just the good ones, we accept the bad ones, which are both perceptions. They're both my judgments of it, neither of which exist. Acceptance of everything is the key. Catalyst that brings anger, for example. Love and acceptance. We love and accept the anger within and without myself in order to integrate, which is loving and accepting this as part of me, as part of the one infinite creator, as part of God. All of these are just expressions of God, which is what you are. As part of this expression, this person that cut me off, they're a part of that expression as well. Even though I might want to flip off that expression of God, that's still an expression of God. And what do I do with this? Do I accept it and see that part of God as a beautiful expression? If I'm able to do that, that's the integration process. That's this energy coming up, and I accept it and integrate it, and I bring it in as if it were myself, because it is yourself. Will you polarize to service to self, which is the other side? Control, if you go to that other path, control is the key to the negatively polarized use of catalysts. Anger, for example, the guy cutting you off. Control that anger for self and others by bringing it within and repressing it, as opposed to angry outbursts, which is not controlled. And only bringing it out when it can be organized and directed for its negatively polarized purpose, which is to control others. But in between those two extremes, it creates a body complex analog called disease. Very interesting here. Analog is a physical expression. Analog could be considered in the computer world like beeps and different patterns. The analog version or the physical expression of this energy process, disorganized energy that's just left in disarray without acceptance or control, is called disease. Fragments of energy just left to meander around, and they end up forming this analog or physical expression, disease. Anger in particular said to become cancer. So anger in service to self and in service to others left in disarray creates the body complex analog called cancer. Incredible, right? All catalyst is used in one of two ways only: love and acceptance, which is service to others, or separation and control, which is service to self. In between those two causes imbalance and disease. So again, that's from the Law of One, session 46, my notes, not a quote. The secret Jesus had, or has, was that he sees and saw others as friends and teachers and expressions of God, the one infinite creator. In his mind, he created a field that supported other people to remember this very thing and release their blockages that were not in this oneness. And when they were to release all those stories, all those blockages, all those pent up and disarrayed energy bodies, those emotions that weren't accepted and integrated, and it was causing them harm, when they were to release that, their natural state was that of healing and health and happiness. Jesus created that field, and I believe, even though the healing of the physical body, I don't think is our primary concern here, it's the opportunity to accept and to love all the catalysts, all that is. And man, don't we have endless opportunities for that? So for you, my hope for all of this that I'm doing with healing and the interviews that I'm doing with healers that are really guides that point the way, is, can you see all things as complete and perfect, and here only for you as a catalyst, as teachers to point the way. Can you thank every painful catalyst, every painful event that comes your way, and accept them as your teacher? This is our dharma, our purpose for being here. So I pray much success to you on this mission, and I really hope that you can be happy and healed even today. You can check out the interviews on my YouTube channel, Javon Para, YouTube // Javon Para, Awake with Javon. And it's on all the major podcast carriers as well. And drop me a line on the contact page, javonpara.com.